Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast pre-show.
Hello. Blake, tell our friends.
Mary has embraced the Cressida Cowper of it all with the shirt, the earrings, the makeup, and that headdress, which is something. It is something.
Hey, listen, man.
You know what? I think she just embraced my love of Cressida this season and just said, we're going to do it.
We are here and we are ready to go. And I am so excited. So do us a favor and hit that share button because let's be real. There are people who are staying up tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Which is why we're up late, man.
Yeah.
We're up late. We're doing the show tonight.
Because we don't have time.
Nope.
So, Blake, how can people share this?
Simply, if you are on Facebook, just hit the share button. That would be great. Also, if you are on Instagram, just take a screenshot of this, put it into your stories. Also, if you're on YouTube, share the link on your Facebook page or whatever, and then that way we can be on all of the platforms all at once. Chelsea says, all the cups of tea for that hairdo, Mary.
Why, thank you.
And Angela says, hi, I'm from Atlanta. I thought I might go to bed, but instead I'm after dark with y'all. After dark.
Here we are.
So that's that. We are ready for this episode, obviously, but we're ready to watch the next episode. And we're ready to have fun, man. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, with that hairdo, forget it. I mean, how can you not have fun?
So what can people expect by joining us live?
This is a fly-on-the-wall experience, ladies and gents. You get a chance to see how Mary and I make a podcast in live time. Of course, we do have some things here that will help that live experience for you. We'll have a bunch of different changing camera angles. We'll have some pictures up here as well and some video. But for the most part, it's a fly-in-the-wall experience. Please do have conversations in the comments amongst yourselves, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, Twitter, whatever, Instagram. Please do send in the comments. We will see them. We might even address them, but we may not, just because, again, Mary and I are making a podcast. However, there is a listener feedback section in this podcast as well. So when that happens, we will be paying attention to those comments that are happening in live time. So please do, as I said, put them in there. All right. Well, that is that. All right, Marvin, are you ready to make a podcast?
I am.
All right, let's do it, shall we? 10 seconds for
room tone. And for those of you who don't know about room tone, it's a super awkward time where I have to be super quiet so Blake can record all the humming and buzzing that naturally happens in our studio. And so I'm going to be quiet for 10 seconds, but I promise you this is part of the process.
Come on. Doesn't want to play. The beauty of live podcasting, ladies and gents. Hold on.
Oh, man. We're here, friends. Don't worry. Colin's paused. I'm not paused. Hi, Heather.
You know what? Hold on. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go back to our main
I'm so
shot.
happy you're here, Angela. Hi, Sheila. Hey, Mo. Friends, we would love to have you comment. So don't forget to hit that share button. Share in your stories, share in a text message, see who of your friends is awake, see who of your friends is staying up so that they can watch episode 5 as soon as it drops. But join the conversation. Make sure that you're joining us through the official Mary and Blake page or on YouTube. And then let us know your cups of tea rating on a scale of 1 to 5. Let us know your GPGs. Remember, the more that you chat in the chat, the better the interaction
All right, here
gets.
we go. Let's try it.
Here we go.
Let's try it again.
Okay, do you want to make it big screen here?
I'm going to.
Okay.
I have spent so long trying to feel less, trying to be the kind of man society expects me to be. And for a moment, I thought I had succeeded. But these past few weeks have been full of confounding feelings. Feelings like a total inability to stop thinking about you. About that kiss. Feelings like dreaming of you when I'm asleep, and in fact, preferring sleep because that is where I might find you. A feeling that is like torture, but one which I cannot, will not, do not want to give up.
Please. Do not say things you do not mean.
But I do mean it. It is everything I have wanted to say to you for weeks.
Colin, we are friends.
Yes, but forgive me. I do not know what I was thinking.
I'd very much like to be more than friends. So much more.
From Providence, Rhode Island, welcome to Bridgerton with Mary and Blake. It's a podcast dedicated to Bridgerton on Netflix, so sit back, relax, and let's get ready to spill the tea. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Mary Larson.
My name is Blake, and Mo here on Facebook as we're podcasting live, Mary. She says, all the cups of tea, scalding hot tea.
Yes. Yes, yes, and another yes to that. Oh, my goodness gracious. Friends, we are recording on the eve of the Bridgerton Season 3 Part 2 release. And we have got so much excitement. Hopefully, you are just sitting with bated breath, being able to withhold yourself from hitting the refresh button on Netflix. It's going to be hard. It's going to be so hard to wait, which we have to. And for those of you who have to like take your time to watch the episodes, that's going to be really, really hard.
But we're going to be here. And listen, it's pollen season. Right now, pollen is a thing.
Yes.
It's happened.
Oh, it is. It's here.
It's happened. It got finished a little bit abruptly, but it's here. We're ready to go.
We didn't take another loop around the neighborhood, that's
for
sure.
No, absolutely not. So I'm excited. I'm excited that they're actually going to be a thing now. And here's the thing, Mary. I can't wait for it to all fall apart. I cannot wait.
Oh, Blake,
it's going to be the best when it falls apart. And then they have to put it all back together again. So
we're excited to see this,
I'm
too.
not saying
There's
I'm rushing through it, but I can't wait for it to fall apart.
Agreed.
I love the misery porn. It's the best.
Agreed. All right. So, couple of things. We want to let you all know that as much as we are excited to podcast about Bridgerton, it's truly all thanks to our friends at jointhenerdclan.com. If you're a member there, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. You can join for as little as a cup of coffee. And it truly helps keep the lights on, helps us be able to spread Bridgerton love all the way around the world. And whether or not you're a member at jointhenerdclan.com, you can actually do us a big favor, a big, huge favor.
Huge.
If you have not yet headed over to Apple Podcasts and left us a written review, not just the stars, but a written review, that's a huge deal for us. Blake, can you tell everybody why?
That makes it so when people are looking for Bridgerton podcasts, they'll see the ratings and they'll see the number of ratings, but also they get a chance to see the inside look at what listeners are looking at and listening to and seeing real human reactions to the show. That helps guide other listeners to join the show and join the podcast, subscribe. It doesn't make it so that we're more popular. It just shows that we're legitimate.
And our last review was written on May 29th. So
we gotta have
let's
more
see
than
if we can
that.
get some here in June. So if you haven't left us a written review, Apple Podcasts, whether or not that's how you listen, if you tune in on Facebook or YouTube, anything like that, you can still leave a written review on Apple Podcasts, and it truly means the world to us.
Yes, it
so
does.
let's get on that. All right, let's get into the show.
Are we going to do a mini plot recap?
Oh.
Oh, no. We're going to do the let's get into the show first. And then.
Yes, I'm following the Google.
No, you are. You actually did the right thing, Marvin. I'm totally proud of you. All right,
Thank
here we
you.
go.
in this episode, it's all about the Debling, okay? He comes on in, he says, I want to marry you in the stinking cutest way. In the story, if this were going to happen, how would it happen? Oh, you just have to read the story. Oh, my God. Hello. Love you. Once again, Team Debling t-shirts need to be happening
It'll be
at the Mary and Blake store. Colin Bridgerton just goes like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And he figures it out, okay? Carriage, okay?
Yes.
That's what you need to know.
All the
Aside
carriage.
from carriage is being the ending of this episode. We've got Francesca with her present of music.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Cressida learning about her home life. She 100% is Draco Malfoy, okay? Living at Malfoy Manor for my fellow Harry Potter friends.
You're a wizard,
And
Harry.
Eloise finding out she's not supposed to hang out with her. And a lot of fun things going on. So,
Philippa is pregnant.
and potentially...
Yeah.
The other one.
No. The other one is pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
Philippa apparently
No,
is
they
pregnant.
both think they are. I don't know if either of them has been examined by a doctor, but both of them
Fair
think that,
enough.
yeah.
Fair
So
enough.
everybody's bubbies are hurting.
All the
Everybody's
bubbies.
having all the morning sickness. All right. All the things. Eat all the extra biscuits because you're carrying a child. And then Portia's continues to not win Mother of the Year. And yet, you know. Are we
Yet she's
surprised?
amazing.
Yeah, she is. She is completely amazing. So that's what you get. Violet Bridgerton saves the day yet again
Oh, yes.
in carriage
Fair enough.
and
Fair enough.
proposal.
All right, so this one was entitled Old Friends, which is certainly a reference to the fact that Penelope and Colin are old friends, as noted by Lord Debling. And the director, once again, is Andrew Ahn, who directed episode 303, Forces of Nature. The writer, though, Marvin, the writer was Lauren Gamble. That is a brand new name to the Bridgerton world. She actually, this is her first credit ever, like first writing credit ever. And she served as a writer's assistant on Inventing Anna. Which was a show that actually was run by, well, it was created by Shonda, but it was run by Jess Brownell, who is the current showrunner of, I think it was on Hulu too, who is the current showrunner, obviously, of Bridgerton. Now, what is a writer's assistant? You're all asking. I know you are all asking that very question. Even Mary is asking that question. Writer's assistants are people that assist with writers of television shows, movies, or other media projects while creating scripts. Often, writers can focus on the larger concepts, dialogue, and descriptions for a show, while the writer's assistant, they might organize their notes or take additional notes for review. They might even provide additional administrative support to the writers. Some of the common duties might even be proofreading scripts or pitches or covers for stories, fact checking the writers and making sure that the story is adhering to the Bible of the show, if you will. Researching new concepts for the show, scheduling assignments for the writers that are actually doing the writing for the episodes, making sure that the data for the show and for the writers is getting input to computers into the files and all that data is getting managed. And then the glorious task, Mary, of even answering phone calls and managing email boxes. That all goes to the job of the writer's assistant. And like I said, this is her first real writing credit. And I got to tell you, Marvin, the idea of having this one, as your first writing credit, I mean, the Stugats on Jess Brownell to make that happen, and the Stugats for Lauren Gamble to actually make it work and produce a good episode. Woof, big brass Stugats.
I mean, not really Stugats since it's Lauren.
I know, but you know what I mean.
No.
It's a figure of speech.
Yeah, we need to find a new figure,
Okay, fine.
but I appreciate it.
Fair
I
enough.
appreciate it for you.
Fair. I love that for you.
Love that for you so much.
All right, your cups of tea rating. How many cups of tea are you giving this one, Marvin?
Full 5. Okay, a full 5.
Full 5. Okay.
For those of you who are not watching the video version of this, those of you in the future, I am embracing my Cressida because I gave this a full 5. Like, I am wearing lots of weird stuff in my hair right now. I've
You're
got
embracing it.
crazy shoulder outfit, which I now wear this out.
Mo says Bubby's of steel.
Yes, Bubbies of Steel, Mo. That would be perfection.
Oh, that's
Yes,
good stuff.
please. So here we are, giving it a 5. Well deserved. You know, because it's like it's the middle break for this first half, so it deserves a 5, and I'm
Yes.
giving it.
Yeah.
I'm giving it.
I'm going to go with a 4.8, Mary. I really liked this episode. This was the best episode of the season so far, and I would probably argue one of the better ones of the series. I just think that it naturally built up to this zenith point that obviously is the carriage scene. I think the emotional math added up. I think even Colin's struggle with it all, as it's later explained, is really well done. To me, this is a 4.8. I really enjoyed this episode. All right, you're good. You're DBG. You're good. You're bad. And you're great.
Okay, so my good for this episode has to just go to Lord Debling. I don't know how long he's going to be here. He might just say, to hell with this marriage market stuff. I'm getting out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And might just leave and go to Antarctica. I don't know how long he has to
The
be
Northwest
here. Honestly,
Passage, yes.
honestly, like I am worried that this might be the end of my Lord Debling time. And the way that he did his proposal, or like the proposal, like how would
Yeah.
can I propose to you? The idea that I might propose to you,
Yes.
so precious. Bringing her a fern so that way she can enjoy the outdoors from her
thoughtful.
windowsill. Great gifter. Oh my
Stare at
gosh.
Colin.
I mean, not like Colin we were talking about was a really good gifter. That's a really good gift too.
Still no Lord John.
Still no Lord John.
Lord John.
No one can touch Sir Gifts-a-Lot from Outlander, okay? But I gotta say these guys are bringing it. And no, I just think the world of him, and I love that he embraces Penelope's passions, and he's very frank and honest in the sense that he's, I don't necessarily know if I'm looking for love, but I'm hoping that I can find someone who appreciates spending time with me, and bada bing, bada boom. So Lord Debling gets my good.
Okay.
Because I don't know if he's staying. My bad for this episode. Oh, gosh, it's hard. It's actually not. Lady Danbury's brother. Move over, boring Mondriches and Bennington, okay?
Bennington.
Honestly, I'm all set with him. I don't understand.
Even for the revenge factor in all of this, Marvin?
Even for the revenge factor, because Lady Danbury has got beef with her brother.
Okay,
She
sure.
has got beef. So some people might just say, oh, he's looking for love. You think he's just here to be a rake and he's here for love. No, Lady Danbury.
Well, we don't know the beef yet.
We don't know the beef.
The beef is has yet to be discovered.
But has Lady Danbury led us
Undiscovered beef.
astray?
No.
No.
So far, no.
She and Hyacinth, okay? She and Hyacinth right now are my two barometers of do I trust a person? How are we doing in this situation?
They're the moral compass of the show.
Yes, okay. So even though we're supposed to be like, ooh, Violet's her garden's in bloom. Here comes Farmer George. Just kidding. The new farmer.
Yeah, sure.
No. I'm out. I don't like him. I
Okay.
don't like how he's, I like to make the servants laugh. Shut up.
Don't blame me for playing to the crowd.
No, you're like
Get
a
outta
Muppet.
here.
Who are you? You're like the old guys who laugh in the Muppet. Yes, that's who it was. I can't stand him, so I don't like him. I really hope that he doesn't go gardening, or if he gardens, I hope he gardens quickly and gets out of town, just so that way there can be a sprinkling in the garden to water the plants.
There's going to be a
and move
sprinkling,
on.
all right.
Move on, okay? I do not want him to marry
That's what
Lady
she said.
Bridgerton. I don't want him to become part of the family. I don't like him.
Yeah.
Lady Danbury's out on him. He did something naughty. I'm not here for
Okay,
it.
fair enough. I appreciate the moral barometer.
And then my great
That
is the
is Lady
carriage
Danbury.
scene. Is the carriage scene in the sense that, well done. Well done him running after the carriage. Well done the carriagemen on top who just have to pretend that they don't hear anything going on.
Oh, I know.
Because they can hear Penelope say, please stop at Bridgerton House first. And
Yeah.
yet you don't think you're going to hear her moaning.
Oh,
my God, right?
Just
no.
eyes straight ahead.
Yep,
Just eyes
just
straight
keep
ahead.
going. Drop her off at Bridgerton House.
Just keep swimming.
And-
just keep swimming.
And this is her carriage. How are her mom and her sisters going to get home? She just took it. Do they
Like,
loop
see you
back
later.
and go get him?
Maybe. And I don't want to be
And
sitting
she
in
says,
that
"Where'd you
carriage
go?"
afterwards.
Do you tell Portia? because she's the lady of the house? Do you have to tell her, I just dropped off Penelope and Colin? Did anything happen?
Did it?
Like, shout out to the carriage driver.
Yes,
So there you go.
that's
And just
knowing
the way
when
that
to-
he exits, and for God's sake, Penelope, are you going to marry me or not? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love everything. I love what he says. Colin, well done. I
All
know
right.
that I'm joking that Lord Debling, but yes, Colin, we're here for you.
All right, fair enough. All right, my good has to go to Lady Bridgerton. There is no way that Violet does not get the good from this episode. The fact that she's just...
What do you
has-
mean get the good? Lady Bridgerton, are we talking about her garden still?
No. Just like her as a character. In this,
Okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm sure the garden's going to be tended. There's going to be a sprinkling
Leave
on
her
the garden soon.
alone, Danbury brother.
But no, she has put on a master class in how to handle children from season 1 all the way till now season 3, and it is quite evident in what she does with Colin. I don't want to say manipulates him, but she at least brings out in him what she wants to see, and that begins with the line, Colin, you're going to want to go see the fruits of your labor tonight, right? Like, she's going to go get this proposal from
so
Lord
smart.
Debling. Like, it's going to happen. And then she says, well, you know, if you're not going to go, it's fine, but she'll get that proposal likely because of all of your help. Because she knows exactly what is happening with Colin
Oh,
right
she's
now.
here for it, and she cannot wait.
She knows.
She cannot wait.
She knows exactly what she's doing. She knows how she says, you were always my sensitive child. You were always there to help out. But now it's your turn. Like, go do the thing for you. Like, she knows clearly
Yes.
how to maneuver the situation. And it's done it's just done effortlessly. And the other thing I love about it is that there are multiple ways that she has done it for all of her children, right? She went right at Anthony when she needed to, right? And then she was there to help support Daphne when she needed it.
Did she?
No, she was there.
Birds
What?
and the bees, kind of lacking.
Well, fair. But I feel like that's...
I don't think she's done the best job mothering her daughters.
I feel like that's a societal issue.
And that's something she's learning with Francesca. Okay?
Fair,
I think
fair.
she's done a decent job mothering her sons. She's got a lot to learn when it comes to mothering her daughters.
Fair enough.
Thankfully, Eloise is teaching her a thing or two.
So, all right. So my bad. My bad goes to Lord Debling. Lord Debling,
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you. And
What?
here's the reason why. Here's the reason why. Are you ready? It's a legit
sure,
reason.
Blake. Sure.
It's a legit reason.
I'm ready to hear you
Okay,
hate on this
Debling
poor
is
man.
off, and he's about to make this proposal or proposal for the proposal, whatever. It's got 50 million
Where are we?
proposals.
Set the stage, okay?
And
Which scene? Was he with Portia? Is he dancing? Is he talking on the top of the stairs? Which part of Lord Debling's
this
scenes?
is when they're dancing, and he says, "Listen, I'm going to be away a lot, and you know you're gonna have to tend to all these things at the house, and I'm going to the Northwest Passage."
Yeah.
By the way, if for those of you watching live now or listening later on, if you want to know more about the Northwest Passage,
Oh yes, Blake, we do.
you should, because there's one of my favorite shows ever was created about the Northwest Passage, starring one Tobias Menzies,
Okay.
called The Terror. And it was about the voyage to
Can I ask a real question?
What?
Where is the Northwest Passage?
the Antarctica.
That's not north or west. That's south.
Whatever. It's
Why
Alright.
is it called the Hold up? Seriously, because I've been talking to Antarctica and they're like Northwest Passage, not north, not west. Why don't they just call it the South
it's the
Passage?
sea lane between the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans through the Arctic Ocean along the north coast of North America.
What? North America is not Antarctica. Where is this Northwest Passage? Where's Lord Debling when we need him? Where's Penelope's
through the-
book?
along
that
the northern
Portia-
coast of North America via waterways.
Stop it.
Through-
You
listen,
said
just listen,
Antarctica.
Just listen.
I said
just listen.
Antarctica.
Through the Arctic archipelago of Canada, the eastern route along the
That's
Arctic
the
coast of Norway and
opposite of
Siberia.
Antarctica.
The
that
North
is
Pole.
Yes.
Yes, okay, sure.
That
that's,
is the
that's what I'm talking
opposite.
about. Whatevs. It's the North Pole. It's
Then
the
that
Northwest
makes-
Passage.
Then that makes sense
Okay,
if
there
it's
you go.
Northwest Passage.
All right, there
That
you go.
completely makes sense. It's Canada.
Yes. But it's like
It's
super far.
Santa.
It's like wicked far north.
It's Canada.
So go watch The Terror. It is amazing. Kieran
Okay.
Hines is in it. Tobias Menzies
Why
in
does
it.
it take him 3 years to get to Canada?
Because it's a long way there. It's a long
Does he
way.
take in the balloon?
No, the one balloon guy is still out there flying it. Anyway, he says, basically, he's like,
It goes around Alaska. Oh, he was going to do the whole Northwest Passage?
I would imagine. All right. So
Okay.
anyway, he basically says to her, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm really in love with you. I'm not even really sure if I can ever love like people because I'm really into nature and stuff. But you're beautiful. So, hey, why don't we just get married? And I'm like, come on, man. You got to do better than that. That is so far bad that he almost deserves to get played the way that he did for
So,
having that kind of reaction.
It's bad for him to be honest and say, I want to get married. I'm not necessarily here for like hardcore love. I'm here for someone who would like an equal partnership.
Mhm.
Let's be real. He needs an heir. So he would probably stick around to sire an heir, see
Sure.
the baby, make sure everything's okay. And then I have to go. I have to go to Canada and Alaska.
He's got
and
things
I
to
gotta go
do,
see
man.
Santa. And
Yep.
I have things to do. I want you to have your own passions. I want to be upfront
Sure.
that I am going to travel a lot.
Yeah. No, that's all great. But don't like start that and be
Why
like,
is that a bad thing for him to be honest?
no, it's not. I'm just saying don't start that. Like don't fuel the rocket and then be like, but you're beautiful. I love how pretty you are right now. So let's get married. Like I think that was
I don't
just
understand. I think then he's
that was
also
bad.
complimenting her.
it feels like a backhanded compliment. That's what it feels like.
You think he doesn't actually think she's beautiful?
It's a little bit less than a compliment. It's more of
Oh.
like an assertion.
I feel like he's seen her. He's seen her
Maybe.
in many ways.
But I feel
that
like the
nobody
beautiful
else
comment comes
has.
out of nowhere. It just feels like it's a gimme. I don't want the gimme.
Oh, I don't feel like it was a gimme.
I feel like it was a gimme. All right, but my great goes obviously to the carriage scene, but more specifically, oh God, can the carriage driver not keep on driving? I thought that line was perfect,
Yeah.
and then the reaction to that line, the giggling and the laughing, and oh my God, we're here! Like it just happened so abruptly. It felt honest. It felt honest to Paulin now. It felt honest to Colin, and it felt honest to Penelope. So I really liked that. I thought that was a really great standout moment, because obviously everything leading up to it was very nice, and I'm not going to say no. But it's this
I'm not
kind
gonna
of
say
thing.
no.
It's this kind of thing that makes this couple real, as opposed to characters in a show.
Yeah.
Right. So that's my great. But I will say this: since we are at the halfway point, I kind of want to have like a good for the halfway point. Mary.
Oh, okay.
Like just overall, so far we've gotten 4 episodes. The next block of episodes is going to drop tomorrow. Do you have I don't want a full GBG, but like, do you have a good? You get a G for the first half of this season?
I do.
Okay, what is it?
I just think the complexities of the characters in this season is wonderful. It's very a Queen Charlotte to me. We're really kind of fleshing out the ton, whereas I feel like in season 1 it was like Daphne and Simon, and then oh no, like a couple of bad people, and Anthony's a rake, and that's pretty much all you got.
Yes.
And so here we're getting very complex people. We're getting Lord Debling, who is charming and wonderful and honest, but he is going to be gone for 3 years, and he's pretty upfront that he's not necessarily here for love. He probably has a backstory.
Yeah.
Maybe he had his heart broken. I don't know. Maybe because his family sucks. He's afraid to get attached. I don't know. I'm here for it. Once again, I don't know how long he's going to stay, so I'm just giving him a little time. But we have Cressida being fleshed out. We
Yeah.
have Eloise being put in her place and being fleshed out. We have Violet's garden, who's need to be a little,
Sprinkled on.
taken care. Yeah, she's a little installed some those little sprinklers. We have Penelope messing up. We have Colin messing up. We have people being confused the entire time. I love it. I love the complexity of what they're doing with the characters in this season. I'm here for it.
Okay, yep.
What's your good?
For me, I would say that this kind of echoes what you said, Mary, and that is I like the structure, the narrative structure of what they've achieved. I think they have brought the story along at a good pace. I think they've allowed, except for that second episode where I felt like they were like, especially with the hand cutting scene, I felt like they were really trying to shove it down our throats. That there was like this thing between these two. But I would say that the structure of what they've achieved so far with all the characters, the pacing of it, and in how they've broken the episodes up, I think it was really well written, for the most part. And the other good that I would have to say is the odd pairing of Cressida and Eloise.
You do love that pairing.
It is a great pairing. And you know what? Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to go with an early scribbling prediction. Are you
We're
ready
here
for
it?
All right, early scribbling prediction. Listen. If Jess Brunel has bubbies of steel, if she's got bubbies of steel, she's going to have Eloise and Cressida be a thing. Be a thing.
Okay.
Instead of like the normal trope of like, like Eloise is gonna find some lord or whatever. It's like, nope, we're not doing that. They're gonna be with each other.
But how would they do that in the Bridgerton time frame?
I don't know. Maybe it's a side thing where nobody knows about it. But I don't know. I'm getting that feel. I'm not saying it's real. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. But if Jess Brunel has bubbies of steel, that's what they're gonna do.
Interesting theory, Blake.
I'm throwing it out there.
Okay.
I think it would be interesting to see what happens, even if it's not like a thing, like even if it's not like it doesn't continue on.
Maybe they go to art school like Bennington.
Yeah, and like something just happens. I don't know, but it just feels like neither of them are gonna get married, and for various reasons. And Eloise has no interest in it really. Cressida just doesn't feel like she can nail it down. And then maybe they just take comfort in each other's company and things happen. I don't know.
It's a very interesting theory. I definitely think Bridgerton as a whole is going to continue to explore other relationships, and we've already been able to have some queer characters on screen, especially with Brimsley. I don't know if it'll be Cressida and Eloise, so I appreciate that that's what you are scribbling prediction.
Sure.
I don't think it's going to be them.
It may not be.
But I appreciate that for you.
And also...
And I'm here for other characters. And if it is them, wow, and awesome and fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be them, but I appreciate that for you.
And by the way, just because, let's just say that it is them, like maybe let's say that happens, that doesn't necessarily mean that they can't move on to other people. It doesn't mean that they can't get married, like, to other people if it does happen. Maybe it's just a thing that happens. And maybe that helps open them up to other relationships and things that they hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
And, like, there's bubbies of steel. That's all I'm going to say. All right, you ready for the music that is used
I am.
in this episode? Okay, let me bring this up. Not that, though, Blake. That's not the music. It's this. Okay, here we go. Ready? The first one is Snow on the Beach by the Atwood Quartet. Mary, if you could tell us when this was used, that'd be great.
This is when Colin so rudely jumps in to Lord Debling and Penelope's dance, and he's like, "Oh, you can't be with him. Oh my gosh. What are you doing? Colin, what are you doing? You're messing everything all up. No, but I need to talk with you." Instead, this is what's happening. So, Blake, do you want to go over the lyrics?
It is a T Swift and
Which
Lana
is
Del
why
Rey
I want you to
song.
do it. So, for those of you who don't know,
Ugh.
Blake is a huge Swiftie.
Oh, the amount of Swiftiness.
I appreciate Taylor. I think she's wonderful. I think she's one of the most brilliant artists of our time. I think she is monumental for what she's doing for women and women in the arts. I am so excited for all of the things that she's done. But if you were to ask us who is the bigger Swift fan, the biggest Swift fan in our entire family, including our 9-year-old daughter, it will be Blake. Hands down.
Hand up, baby. Hand up. It's me. I'm in on the Swift life. All right. So yeah, this is Snow on the Beach, and I love Lana Del Rey too. She's really good. Anyway,
Lyrics, Blake.
yes, sorry, the lyrics. One night a few moons ago, I saw flecks of what could have been lights, but it might just have been you passing by unbeknownst to me. Life is emotionally abusive, and time can't stop me quite like you did. And my flight was awful, thanks for asking. I'm unglued, thanks to you. And it's like snow at the beach. Weird, but effing beautiful. Flying in a dream, stars by pocketful. You wanting me tonight feels impossible, but it's coming down, no sound, it's all around, like snow on the beach. The scene feels like it was once I saw on a screen. I searched Aurora Borealis green. I've never seen someone lit from within, blurring out my periphery. My smile is like I won a contest. And to hide, that would be so dishonest. And it's fine to fake it until you make it, till you do, till it's true. Now it's like snow at the beach. So that's that for this music. Awesome stuff. Awesome. Give me all of the T Swift. Let's keep it going, baby.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let it ride.
Okay. So the next cover in this episode.
Wait. We're gonna start the T Swift?
Yeah. The next cover in this episode
Killing me.
is amazingly hysterical.
I know.
It could have been all sorts of.
Could have been anything.
It could have been the thong song, okay? Baby make your booty go.
Yeah.
Dumps like a truck. Dump truck.
Hold on. Let me.
Guys
let
like
me,
what? Baby move your butt. Butt. Let me sing it again.
But.
In case anyone didn't know, the thong song is my karaoke song.
Yes, it is.
Because everyone's like, oh, Mary, you're a musician, you sing. Oh, my God, what are you going to sing? And I either put on Mbop by Hanson
Sure.
or the thong song.
Or Proud Mary. Proud Mary's a 1-2.
No.
Yeah, that's a thing. I've seen you do that many
I'll
times.
I do that when there's a live band, but I'm not going to do it karaoke.
I don't know. I've seen you do karaoke, Proud Mary.
Well, the other people. But if
Okay.
it's a solo.
Fair enough. All right. This one is Give Me Everything by Archer Marsh.
Okay.
Though,
Yeah.
Mary, it's a song by Pitbull.
Pitbull. Okay?
Freaking Pitbull.
All I can think of when I hear this song is dancing on sticky floors and,
Oh.
just like, I don't know, having
Hold
an
on, let me-
absolute
let me-
blast. So, of course, this is the carriage song. This is. Yes.
Freaking Pitbull.
Are you still playing? There we go. Okay. Here are the lyrics. And my friends, if you have not heard Give Me Everything. Blake, stop. Stop. Me not working hard? Yeah, right. Picture that with a Kodak. And better yet, go to Times Square. Take a picture of me with a Kodak. Took my life from negative to positive. And I just want to let y'all know. And tonight, let's enjoy life. Pitbull, Nayer, Neo, tell us right. Tonight, I want all of you tonight. Give me everything tonight. For all we know, we might not get tomorrow. Let's do it tonight. Don't care what they say. All the games they play, nothing is enough till they handle love. Let's do it tonight. I want you tonight. I want you to stay. I want you tonight. Grab somebody sexy. Tell them, hey, give me everything tonight. Give me everything tonight. Give me everything tonight. Give me everything tonight. Take advantage of tonight, because tomorrow I'm off to Dubai to perform for a princess. But tonight, I can make you my queen and make love to you endless. This is insane. The way the name growling, money keep flowing, hustlers keep moving aside, so I'm tiptoeing to keep flowing. I got it locked up like Lindsay Lohan. Put it on my life, baby. I can make you feel right, baby. Can't promise tomorrow, but I promise tonight. Excuse me, and might I add and might I drink a little bit more than I should tonight? I might take you home with me if I could tonight. Oh, he does. And baby, I'm gonna make you feel so good tonight in a carriage.
You know, many have said, Mary, that the wordsmithing of beautiful songs, the songwriting, the art of it is dead.
No, not with me.
We no longer have Bob Dylan and the Beatles and, you know.
Did I tell you what I did for my high school theater class?
But we have Pitbull.
We have Pitbull. Friends, I'm telling you, one of my favorite things is to take these like random pop songs and read
Harry
them.
Potter songs?
Oh, I do make them Harry Potter songs. That's another thing I do late at night. I'm like Blake.
That's true. It is 100% true, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, what was the basilisk one?
I don't
Oh,
remember.
it's Harry.
Yeah.
I'm so into you. You've got those glasses. What can I do? Harry, you spin me around. Or whatever. Every time you look through me, because it's about Moaning Myrtle, I get so it's easy to see. Oh my God. But yeah, it's like, Harry, you drive me crazy.
You drive
I'm
me.
in so deep.
Yeah.
I saw a basilisk in the sink. Oh no, it's Harry, you drive me crazy. I'm on the brink.
Yeah.
I saw a basilisk in the sink. Whoa, crazy, and it feels all right. Harry, thinking of you makes me feel alive. That was it. Anyway, this is what I do in my spare time.
We got to play that right. Nerd! There we go.
But yeah, I actually read the lyrics, the words to Crazy for a theater class. The teacher asked us to perform monologues, and I pretended I was writing in a diary.
Oh,
I was like, crazy, but it feels all right.
Oh my.
And he didn't know that it was Britney Spears, and it was like when it was currently on the radio, because I'm like the age of Britney.
Sure.
And it was amazing. And all of my classmates were like, you're seriously reading Britney Spears lyrics for a test?
Yep.
And I was like, yes, I will, and I will ace it. And I did. And
I
then
mean, you just
later
slept
in life,
through physics, so.
yeah, I slept through physics, and now I've rewritten them about the basilisk in Harry Potter, pretending to be Moaning
So
Myrtle.
here's what I love to make fun of Pitbull, because how can you not make fun of Pitbull? However, it fit.
100%.
It fit. It totally fit.
It totally fit. I loved it. And you know, one of the cool things when you watch Bridgerton is you sit there saying like, ooh, what's the cover going to be?
Right, yeah.
What is the cover going to be in this show? We got two of them?
And again, we talked about Bubbies of Steel here, but like to pick Pitbull of all the songs, that whoever the music supervisor is, they need a raise. And like the courage it takes to be like, yeah, that's the one we're gonna go with, Pitbull. Yeah. And for somehow Jess Brunel was she did not say, I love that idea for you. Let's take that idea, let's put that in a box, and we're gonna take that box, we're gonna put it on a shelf.
And I love just the like beginning. It's like it just comes in so little where you're sitting there going, ooh, is this Pitbull? Oh my God.
Is that really Pitbull?
Yeah. Don't care what they say. Yeah, I'm here for it. Love it. Okay, let's get into the actual episode.
Yes. I actually quite liked what they did with Colin for this, Mary, and how he has basically admitted to the fact that he has pretended, and he has tried to keep up this facade of trying to like be careless and carefree and be with all these other women, and actually seeing him with this realization as it was happening when he's with these two other women. I thought it was really great. And at the same time, he admits he's tired of it. He's tired of pretending. That he actually, I love what he says, the necessity to remain cavalier about the one thing in life that holds genuine meaning. It exhausts him. And he wants to just be in love. To me, that emotional math adds up. I don't see how I don't see how anyone could say otherwise.
No, I agree. I love that he, goes to the brothel, and then he doesn't really want to participate in it, and then he goes home and he's rereading his journal.
Yeah,
he's rereading his journal, maybe on that exact page that Penelope was reading about how can I be in this city surrounded by people, physically with people, and yet I feel so alone. Oh,
Yeah.
what a tender heart. Violet's not kidding. He's
Oh.
just so precious.
Here's the one thing, though, Mary. They had the flashback to the hand cutting scene.
Your favorite.
And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, why'd you do that? Why did you do that? Why, Mary, do you think they went back to the hand cutting scene?
Because they had the awkward moment and because they were holding hands. I don't know if they've ever touched really, aside from the dance.
Mm-hmm.
This was the first time, and she was caring for him. And they had real honesty. She had just complimented his beautiful blue eyes. She had just read his diary and apologized for it, and he felt awkward and embarrassed. And then they sat there very long holding hands as she bandaged it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was him piecing everything together,
Mm-hmm.
saying this person is someone who knows me. I'm reading this saying I'm lonely, and here is a person I never feel lonely with. I
Sure.
do seek her out at every single function. I do think about her nonstop.
Sure. I'm kind of gonna double down here, Mary,
Okay.
and say that he must find out from Penelope's writing that she is Lady Whistledown.
Interesting.
The way that they've continued this dynamic with the journal
Mhm.
and the writing and the reading and everything, I really feel like that's what's gonna happen. That he'll find something somehow or whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want her to go up to him and just like admit it. I want him to find it. I want him to be that kind of agentic, like I want him to have that moment.
I loved what he said in that carriage. I loved him being down on his knees. I
Sure.
loved her taking her hand through his hair and him just like oogling at her with
Yeah.
his eyes. I loved the way he carefully fixed her dress ever so perfectly and fixes her hair so that she looks presentable as he brings her in to meet his family.
Right.
Oh my goodness gracious, this young man. Well done.
All right,
Well done,
so
Colin.
here we go, Mary. We always have this conversation anytime there is a proposal on scene.
Yeah.
Better proposal, my proposal, or Colin's?
Colin's proposal was once again much better than yours.
How?
All of it. Wicked romantic, so sweet, exciting, fun. My proposal was the worst.
It was not the worst.
I mean,
It was not the worst.
it would have been the worst if I said no. But aside from that.
That would have been bad. That would have
Yeah.
sucked.
Okay, so aside from that, it was pretty bad. So no, Collins also wins over mine.
Oh man!
It's
All
okay.
right,
I
fair
did
enough.
say yes.
All right, better proposal, mine or Lord Debling?
Lord Debling didn't even propose.
There you go. I win.
But you know what was cute was when he was making up the little story. Oh, what would happen in this story? That was also better than yours.
Fair. Fine.
It's all good.
Fine.
Friends,
Fine.
if you're hoping to propose someday, please, don't leave your fiance cooking on a beach, saying you'll come there and visit them, and then have imbibe in too many adult beverages and forget and pass out and leave your fiance, hopefully
I didn't
fiance.
forget. I ran out of time because
Yeah.
what was I doing?
It's okay.
What was I doing?
It's okay. You were getting my ring.
I was getting your ring designed and made,
It's okay, Blake.
and the guy, the shop owner,
Blake, we're still together. It's okay.
fed me a few too many bushwhackers, and I may or may not became a little inebriated.
And then you had to eat a steak dinner. And then when I came back and found you, you were on the bed, asleep, covered in steak sauce, smelling like whiskey.
There is not
All
one
truth.
word of lie.
And I came back, brushed my hair, and said I was going to go out and get a piece of pizza. 'cause I
you
was
thought
hungry.
that I was breaking up with you.
Yeah, I was really mad.
You're breaking up with me on a cruise?
I'm stuck on a boat with you and you're doing this? That was actually what happened, my friends.
But that did not happen.
No.
No, I had visions of grandeur.
I don't know why you bring it up.
We have to do it every time that there's a proposal. I have to bring up the question.
Do better, friends. Do better.
Just do better.
Just do better.
Here's an interesting thing that happens with Colin, Mary. There's whenever you have this kind of moment where it is a moment of great change for a character, you kind of have to test them a little bit. You kind of have to push them back into the world that they were once in to see if they'll make the choice to either turn around and go back to the life that they were living so they can be out, so that they can be in stasis again, or they move out of that stasis and move into something else. And we have that happen here with Colin. Right before he goes into the ball, we see the trio of friends that he was supposed to go out with. They even tell him, don't bother going in. It's not worth it. Come out with us. And Colin not only says no, he actually kind of plows through them to get to...
After telling them at a previous engagement that none of them are gentlemen.
Right. I see none of you. I see no gentleman here, whatever it was. I really like this. It's just one of those seminal things that you kind of have to do for a character so that you can test them. And generally, they're going to pass that test because the story has to move forward for the most part. But for them to actually make that choice, again, to use that word agentic, to have them have that agency to move forward and reject their old life, reject their stasis, really special. Good job by Lauren. Is it not Lauren Graham? What the heck's her name? Lauren Gamble. Lauren Graham is Gilmore Girls. Woo! All right, there we go, Blake. Anything else you want to talk about Colin, the ball, any of that stuff?
I didn't know that cutting in was such a terrible thing that could, social failure. Cressida goes in, you're much too good looking to be in social ruin. I'll finish the dance with you. And I love how at that same moment Eloise is trying to say, oh, you wanted to know everything inside my brain and in my heart. Colin, your brother is interrupting. Anyway, when she does that and breaks up, Colin has broken up the Debling thing. I just thought it was really brilliant of him that he was able to understand that and see that and understand that is what Penelope is looking out her window. Honestly, though, is that what she's looking out her window for all the time? Because if that were me, I'd be looking at the wisteria. How does it get to bloom for so long? It's probably fake. That's why I'd be sitting there. The Bridgerton's house with all of the gardening that is impeccable and stays alive all season long. Mm-hmm. That's why I'd sit there. Yes, does Colin come out occasionally? Yeah, probably out the back door, though more of the time. I'm more looking at the pretty flowers.
As much as Lord Debling was my bad in this episode, I gotta say, I do feel bad for him. I felt so bad for him watching him put it all together, especially when Cressida talks about the house being right across the street, and having that recontextualize a sweet moment about the windowsill and looking out and this is my favorite view, and like you would think, and that right there in and of itself is great writing, whether that is from Lauren Gamble or that's from Julia Quinn, I don't know, and I don't care either way. It's great writing. What
I wonder is if it has been this obvious to Cressida that Penelope is in love with Colin, or has it been this obvious to everyone in the ton, because it seemed like nobody knows. It seems like Eloise doesn't know. It's amazing that Penelope has never told her, is your brother going to be there? Like, I'm under the assumption that no one has known that Penelope has had a crush on Colin.
Oh, good call.
And then Cressida slides right in. Of course they're talking. They're always like this. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. How observant, Cressida, that you're the only person that kind of figured this out. And also figured it out and yet didn't say anything to Eloise. Like, why is Penelope going after Lord Debling?
Sure.
She's in love with your brother.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just thought it was very interesting that out of all people, Cressida is the one that figures it out.
Interesting point. Good take, Mary.
Thanks.
Another thing that happens, too, is, we had, at least I had made such a big deal about, there being a choice between Colin and Lord Debling. And I'm so happy to report that the choice didn't even have to be made. Lord Debling himself is the one that makes the choice. He is the one that says, yeah, no, we're not doing this. We're moving on. Like he has taken that into his own hands. That's actually quite a good thing.
Do you think he's going to find someone this season? Because we've got this soft spot in our hearts for Debling once again. Isn't really looking for love, but is looking for a companion. And, you know, as much as everyone wants love and deserves love, a lot of people may not find love in a efficient time,
Yeah.
or they may not find multiple loves in their lifetime. And I know a lot of people say, I would at least like a companion. And that's what he's looking for. He doesn't want to eat dinner alone when he's at home. He wants to have someone who he can have good conversation with, who has their own passions. He's upfront and honest. He'll probably write really nice, lovely letters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of gets the Edwina treatment.
Because, like, let's be real. Very few people of this time actually were in love. So is it bad that we have someone saying that love isn't the first thing on their agenda? But you think he's going to just be, like, sent off and we're going to have the queen say, oh, yes, and then Lord Debling married that milkmaid. Not milkmaid, but you know what I mean.
The problem with Lord Debling, unless he gets involved with a character that's already established, let's just say it's Eloise. Like, there's no reason for him to be with Eloise, but you never know. Or unless it's Cressida. I don't think there's enough room for him in the narrative. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he got the Edwina treatment, where it was like maybe next season, or maybe we hear something off, like something happened off screen, like later on. Maybe if there's a time jump, or I don't know.
Yeah. But you just think there's so many worse guys that these girls could be married off to.
Yeah. I mean, how could you not, if you're Lord Debling, like want to take a break from all of this for right now?
Well, no, he's got a trip to go on, so he's got to get married and sire an heir before he goes.
I know, but you kind of have to take a step back a little bit after this, because if you want to consider the social ramifications of it all, like, you just got played big.
Yeah.
You just got played big.
Maybe he can go talk to the queen. Maybe she didn't throw his... Oh, she threw his picture right away. Oh, he's boring.
Yeah, like, he's out.
Oh, crap.
So if anything happens, I think it's off screen, and we hear about it next season.
He's going to come to the West, and he'll find him a good North American girl.
Yeah, I like it.
There you go. I like it, too.
I like it.
That's what he needs. He needs some, like, adventurer. He needs, like, Sacagawea, who's like, oh, you want to go for an adventure? I got you. Sacagawea, by the way, I always thought she was a woman. She was a teenager.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And we learned this through our daughter. Teenager, and did the trek with the baby on her back most of the time.
Which is crazy.
I know.
Anything else you want to talk
Her
about?
baby.
Actually, I do want to talk about Cressida here, because
Yes.
we do have this moment.
We need to talk about Francesca. We need to talk about a few more things.
Yeah. We do have this moment where, she kind of does step in and talk to Debling, and she kind of throws Penelope under the bus, but I don't think it's intentional. I don't think it's meant to be like. I don't think there's malice in what she said. It could be interpreted that way, but at the same time, we're having this juxtaposition of her home life and what that looks like. I mean, she calls it a mausoleum, and when you see it, it absolutely looks like what? It looks like. Oh, what did we say that it looked like?
Didn't we say it looked like Malfoy Manor?
It looked like I think we said it was Malfoy Manor, but I think we said it was something else too. I can't remember. But regardless, yes, it looked like Malfoy Manor. And knowing that her father is going to marry her off to one of his buddies, and seeing how they're interacting, and he's definitely got some Lucius Malfoy
doing
vibes.
some thoughts about Cressida and why the family, in general, if you Eloise has such a different life than Cressida. Cressida first off is an only child, and then she has her father still alive, but her father and mother, just like you were saying, Blake, they're breathing down her neck. She must get married. And here's Eloise, who was put in the marriage market, things didn't go so well. And her mother said, you know what? I'm going to lay off you for a little bit, honey.
Yep.
Very different.
Yep.
But then I started to think about it more. Eloise has 3 older brothers and then a younger brother. It is not up to her to have to worry about securing the family and heir.
Right.
What if the Cowpers are in a position like the Featheringtons in the sense that this is it? And if you don't get an heir, or mommy or daddy dies first, or you know, we get old and they start to figure out which cousin's going to be coming in to come take this away from us. Is that why they care so much about Cressida marrying and then hopefully siring an heir?
Or which rando is going to come in, like the Mondriches, and take...
That's what I'm getting
at.
at.
Yeah.
Or at least either like sire an heir so we can hopefully stay here, but we're kind of running out of money, or sire an heir from go marry someone wealthy and take us with you so we can live in the in-law apartment.
Sure. So do you think...
But I'm asking, like, is that why you think they're so intent? Like, why are they so intent? You need to hurry up and get married or we're going to marry you to somebody. And that's what I thought. I think it's for them to have a home.
I think it's a great take. It at least, it secures their home. It secures the right to be there. Because if
so they don't get
have an heir-
Mondriched.
Yeah, they don't get Mondriched. Yeah, you're right. I think that's part of it. And I mean, listen, there's also some social issues along with it too, it being in the ton. If you can't get married, you are a spinster. And again, we've talked about it, Mary. The show has established this language that after 3 years, regardless of whether or not it was true in real life or the way that it was in the book, I don't know and I don't care.
But once again, she wouldn't be able to really be a spinster. At least if Penelope was a spinster, her mother is very assured that they're going to have this fortune, that one of her sisters is going to have a brother. No worries about it. You get to live here with me because we're going to have secured this and there's plenty of rooms. But if Cressida doesn't marry or sire an heir, where are they going to go?
Yeah, that could be the thing.
Move over. Mondriches are coming in.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. After 3 years, you're a spinster, right? And at least by the language of the show. And if that's the case, there's no hope at all for this family. And they're out. And that's why they got to get married.
Yeah.
I think that might be the thing. And seeing her father, like I said, who's got some serious Lucius Malfoy vibes right now, telling her you can't be with that Bridgerton girl. First of all, number one, why?
Because she's not... interested. First off, did you read what was written about her in Whistledown?
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Everyone else in the ton poo-pooed Eloise. Nobody else really goes walking with her. She just finally got asked to walk around a dance just last week, finally by a couple women, but none of them are coming to hang out with her. And it's obvious that she doesn't care about finding a match. She's probably expressed that in the presence of Lady Cowper. Eloise doesn't have to get married. Anthony will always make sure that there's room for Eloise in the house.
Sure.
Eloise is able to sit there and say, these are the reasons why I don't care about getting married. I don't care about my dress. I don't care about any of this. Well, that's a luxury that you have, Eloise, that Cressida doesn't have. So I bet you Lady Cowper knows Eloise's life is completely different than Cressida's. And if Eloise continues to talk about, here are the benefits of not getting married, here's the benefits of standing up for ourselves and reading and doing all this kind of stuff that may turn off a suitor, no. Why are you going to do that?
And this is why I kind of go back, Mary, to my scribbling prediction. I kind of made it in jest, but it seems to make sense a little bit with the way how Cressida's being treated. And, she's told that you can't see Eloise, and then she goes back later on and says, well, he's a fool anyway. I'm not going to listen to him. It just feels like that forbidden kind of thing, and that there are things swirling around these two.
But I don't think that needs to be like a sensual, sexual partner kind of thing.
No.
It's just that this is a forbidden friendship.
Yeah.
I think it will be very interesting if we do get to have a bit more depth as to why Cressida needs to be married, and if that can be shared with Eloise.
Sure.
Because she says, it's good for you that you have this whole family who cares about you. But I wanted to dig deeper. I want the show to say, will Cressida have a home in 10 years?
Sure.
If her parents die, where will she be? Will her cousin, 4 generations, will little baby Mondrich come in and take over the house?
Yeah.
Her parents truly want to make sure you have somewhere to live.
Are you on the Cressida redemption train yet? Or do you think there's been too many years of ugliness?
I think she can be redeemed to a point, but I don't want to be Cressida's friend.
Fair. I think
I wouldn't trust her with Penn.
I think the show like has pushed us in a direction of like, okay, hey, we're going good here. We're going good. And then for each time we take 2 steps forward, we're taking a step back a little bit. So I think the beauty of what they're doing is they're allowing you to at least go in that direction, but still give you a slap of reality, being like, oh no, wait. This ain't all sunshine and rainbows. Just remember that this is the girl that is the bully. Like this is the girl that says, "Oh, I love animals. I love a good fur." Like, oh yeah,
Picture them dead.
I just picture them dead.
Steps on Penelope's dress.
Yes.
Splashes people with drinks. Yes. Yes.
So it's just interesting. I think that the show has allowed us that movement with Cressida.
One more thing that I wanted to talk about very briefly, because I know that it's going to be happening very soon. Colin and Penelope are obviously going to get into the bedroom sometime soon. Okay,
Yes.
It's going to happen. I'm really hoping that Penelope isn't like, oh, insert it where? Because here's the thing. She got to learn a bit about the birds and the bees a little bit from Marina. And there was some on screen, but like I kind of hope that Marina was like, all right, girlfriend, sleepover party in my room. Let's do pedicures.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you everything. There's this thing that a guy has. You know, like I want Marina to have done that, and I also want Portia to have sat down with Penelope after she realized that her one of her daughters didn't even know anything.
Yeah.
I am expecting that Penelope knows more than Daphne did at this point.
Sure. I would probably agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
And
She
at
learned
least
about
from-
how babies were made.
Yeah,
It's not cake.
Especially now that we have, you mentioned it, Mary, that the other Featherington sisters were so clueless, and now it seems like Penelope is on the way to get married or whatever. Although, Penelope, what did you do? Like about Lord Debling, and she's like, "Are you kidding me, Mom?
Yes.
Like, you're not gonna like? Are you okay?"
The only way I matter to you is if I have a Lord's engagement ring.
Ugh.
And now she's going to go and she's going to see Violet,
Yeah.
who has loved her, who she's been having Sunday tea with,
Yep.
who, like we saw, was aside from Cressida, Violet was the only other person, and probably Hyacinth.
Hyacinth knows all.
Hyacinth knows all. Hyacinth is like, oh yeah, I called it.
That's a shirt. Hyacinth knows all.
With the curls. Yeah, no, I really want to applaud Violet for knowing what was up, and I cannot wait to see her reaction.
Yeah, the speaking of Violet and the reaction that she has, I loved seeing her reaction to Francesca after Francesca says, "I got this music," and what's his name? What the heck's his name? What the heck is his name? John. Is it Sterling?
Yes.
Yes. He writes it in 3/4.
The Earl of Kilmartin.
Yes. He writes it in 3/4 just the way that she imagined it. And like that is some good old romance right there, Marvin.
God.
That is some good old romance.
Yes.
And seeing Violet's reaction to that, even knowing all the things that they've been trying to do to get her involved with the Marquess, that's some really heartwarming stuff.
Not to the Queen.
No,
when she's
definitely not.
looking.
Oh,
What's happening? What's happening? It seems
yes.
Lord Samadani was getting lemonade for himself and Miss Francesca. And now Francesca is leaving and not drinking the lemonade. And the big pout on her face. Oh my God. And this was the event that they planned for their
I
lovers.
know.
She was so excited. Lady Whistledown had written these really nice things about her.
Yeah.
Oh, let's help fan the spark.
Yep.
And then
this happens.
he's just standing there with his little lemonade.
Okay.
Confused.
Just like he looks like John Travolta in
Why is lemonade such a big deal this season?
Lemonade's
Everyone's
a huge
talking
thing.
about the lemonade.
There's so much lemonade
Yes.
that this might as well be This Is Us.
Yes.
There's so much lemonade for days.
Yes.
It almost makes me feel like they can't acknowledge alcohol, so they're like lemonade.
But yet it's Netflix and they do
Right.
everything.
I know.
So what are we doing?
I don't know. Maybe it's the drink of the summer. I don't know. It's the summer drink. I do also want to say that I don't know if this thing with Kilmartin goes forward. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. But when he shows up at that apartment and he's like, oh, can we spend some time together?
And Hyacinth is like, Lord Semidami,
Yeah,
we
this is great stuff.
prefer it. We
Here's
brought the
milfoy."
milfoy just for you.
By the way, the only reason why I know what milfoy is because of the British Baking Show.
We totally watched an episode where they did milfoy.
We've watched like at least 3 or 4. No, the fact that they were able to just go sit on the couch and not even talk, and then watching the Bridgerton family react to them not even talk was like, even Eloise is like, this is amazing. The trick is to just not talk.
Well, the first thing Eloise does, he comes in. He says, I'm here to meet with one of your daughters.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't say Francesca's name.
Right.
And Eloise hides behind Gregory.
Right.
Because she's like, oh, my God, is he here to see me? Because they're only thinking that Semidani's coming.
Right, yeah.
So you see her just slowly back up. Oh, the cast. Did we see the cast this episode?
Oh, I remember seeing the cast.
I feel like you mentioned it.
I don't think I mentioned the fact that I saw Colin's hair be all flippy floppy,
Yes.
and there's no cast.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I did
So
that.
Semidani does come in to
Yes.
find Kilmartin and Franny
Yes.
sitting on the couch in silence. And Hyacinth once again points out maybe this is just how they like spending time with each other. They don't need to talk. Brilliant lady.
Hyacinth knows all.
She really does. Semidani comes in, delves right into that milfoy.
Oh, how could you not?
Nom nom nom.
He's seen Paul Hollywood in Prue. Come on now, who has it? It's Netflix.
When Violet does come back home, so mind you, Violet and Francesca, and probably Eloise too, have already left because Francesca ran out. I need to go see this music. I'm so excited. She comes home and Violet sees Francesca sitting at the pianoforte. Oh my gosh, he did it. He gave me the best present ever. And Violet smiles because she realizes her daughter's happy.
Yes.
So they're already home as Colin is walking into the house with Penelope.
Yes. So it's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's gonna
happening.
be a thing. I don't know. I guess a sub-great of mine is that moment when the two of them just sit alone on the couch together. And they don't even like look at each other.
They just look straight ahead.
They just look straight ahead, and it's their own thing. It's their own texture that makes them their own.
You know what it reminds me of?
I really like what?
When we were parents of a baby and we finally got the baby down to sleep and we laid down in the bed after being so tired.
Yeah.
And you just lay and you look at the ceiling and you don't hear crying. And you're laying there next to each other.
Yeah.
And you're just breathing and you're like, oh my God. Oh my God. I think the baby's asleep. I think the baby's asleep and I don't even want to move. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
But I enjoy sitting here with you because you too are tired.
Right.
Appreciating the
Just
fact
sitting
that there's
there.
no baby crying.
There's just silence. There's just the hum of our house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
I would absolutely agree. All right, Marvin, you got anything else you want to talk about?
Mondriches. Ooh, Mr. and Mrs. Mondrich.
Ooh,
Not
yes.
saying I do. I finally.
Oh.
Bennington gets a little, rumpy pumpy. Good for you, Bennington.
Yes.
Happy for you. Whatever. Move over on board. Okay? He was super boring in this episode. I'm calling on you. I don't want to be called on. Oh, great.
But
Great.
but it does show you like she's
The widows are sluts. That's what we've learned. Yes, we have learned that. Danbury, slut.
She's dealing with her.
Lady
She's dealing with her
Tilly,
lawyer.
slut.
He's
Violet, about
overcharging
to
her,
be a slut.
And she tells him, "Hey, you're not going to overcharge me anymore because if you do, you're not going to be my lawyer anymore." And then she says to Bennington, "Hey, you're going to overcharge me too?" Nope. And then when she gets him in the room, he just throws them flowers down. Love that part. Love it.
Gosh.
Give me some more, baby.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, yes. I hate seeing people unclothed. But the Mondriches.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting
She
thing.
went to the event without him, and Lady Danbury lays it down. Your husband better stop working there.
Yeah.
And he's upset with her, and she's saying, this is what we need to do. Yes, we have freedom, but there are some rules. What I thought was interesting that they didn't say was, excuse me, sir, this isn't about you. You
Yeah.
are Mr. Mondrich. You are not the Lord.
Right.
You are not Lord. What are they, Kent? You're not
Yeah.
the Lord of Kent.
Whatever.
That's our little son. And if you mess this up and the Queen takes the title away,
Yeah.
none of our kids are going to school. None of our kids are drinking lemonade.
Yep.
Okay, none of our kids get to have hanky-panky in a carriage.
None of them having the drink of the summer.
Seriously. So I'm surprised she didn't say that this isn't about you.
I feel like that's probably coming down the road.
Yeah. Because I think he's being very selfish in not seeing that.
Yeah.
That this isn't going to impact just him.
But remember also, too, there was this moment earlier in the season when she's saying, what if we mess this up and we haven't done anything? And he's like, no one's done anything. We don't deserve this at all. I kind of wonder if she turns that back around on him a little bit here, like you said, Mary. And the fact that we're actually getting some conflict between these two and what that is going to look like. And I also, here we go, Mary. I got another scribbling prediction. You ready? Here we go. So my thought is that Lady Danbury is going to be moving on from the Francesca watch.
I hope so.
And she's going to be taking care of Mrs. Mondrich.
I like that better.
And she'll be guiding them, especially, again, knowing what happened in the Queen Charlotte prequel.
That she had to go and fight for her son.
Correct. Correct.
To be Lord Danbury.
Correct. So I feel like that's what's going to end up happening for the second half of the season. That's my guess.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
All right, we got some listener feedback. Are you ready?
Oh, I was thinking about Will Mondrich. You know, he can go volunteer if he still wants to like do things with the people.
Sure.
Go volunteer your time. Go find a way to better society with the money that you have. You now have the ability to help other people.
You know what though? I'm a tad out on Mrs. Mondrich. A tad out. Ready?
Sure.
She says, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you up to?" And Will's like, "Hey, yeah, 4 of my lords have closed their accounts, and am I gonna get a new cook? Am I gonna do whatever?" And she says, "Yeah, you'll figure it out. Hey, I'm off to the ball. See you later." Like, I kind of wanted her to be like, "You know what? We're married." Oh. Sorry. I kind of wanted her to be like, "Hey, we're married. Let's figure this out together."
No, because if she were to say, "Hey, we're married," she would have said, "Hey, we're married. I asked you to come to dinner and not leave me."
Fair.
And you're a schmuck saying, "No, I want to go pour whiskey for people," rather than bring my wife, who is still new to society,
Fair.
to this event that she's going to feel alone at.
Fair.
I'm
just
I'm with the lady on this one.
All right. Are you ready for some listener feedback?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. All right, we actually have, I'll do some Join the Nerd Clan comments. This one comes from Jim. He says, "Hey, loved this episode. I'll give 4.9 of Lord Kilmartin's compositions out of 5.
Ooh.
I just wanted to mention that the theme of the ball in this episode is Eros and Psyche, a Greek story about the love and hidden identity.
Yes.
I think this is an important indicator of theme of part 2, since Penelope and Colin's story so far has been much more closer to the Odyssey."
Oh.
Interesting. Mandy Lake says, "I loved this episode, and we finally have an official beginning of pollen."
Yay.
This one comes from Facebook and Instagram. And Jelly SF says, "I loved the talk Violet has with Colin, saying to be careful that the armor doesn't rust." Then his declaration about preferring sleep because that's where he'll find her, meaning Penelope, was perfect.
Yes.
The gift that John gives Francesca is so heartwarming. They became my favorite love story this season because of
I
that.
dig it.
And Horace says, "I have only one thing to say. After I watched this episode about 3 days after it came out, I was so mad at Netflix.
Oh.
How can they leave it there? Can't wait for Friday when I see what happens next." Casey Carmoli says, "I'm glad I just watched it last night and don't have to wait long for the next episode. Lord Debling might be a good match for Eloise. I want a love match for her, but they could share their love of books and learning, and she could do whatever she wants when he's away." I kind of like that take. I'm kind of in on that take. I said it earlier, just for S's and G's, but I'm kind of in on that. I'll co-sign. How about you?
No.
No? Okay. Danae SME says, loved how Lord Debling chose himself and also let Penelope choose herself
Yeah.
by letting her know he saw her feelings were elsewhere.
Yeah, I love that. And what a smart man to be like, I'm going to be gone for a long time. I don't want my wife having an affair. No, thank you.
Yeah, true.
I'm telling you, he needs someone who will go on this adventure with him.
Shanfran04 says full steam ahead on the pollen train after this one. I mean, the marketing Bridgerton has been doing with their Bath and Body Works collab, it makes me so much sense after that carriage scene now.
Oh, I don't know what she's talking
I don't
about.
either.
I'm going to Google it.
The Google machine's on fire right now with that one. Anything? Got anything yet?
It's taking me a moment.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
taking me a moment.
Well, hurry this thing up.
I'm trying.
So many people now are watching.
Oh, okay. So there's like different candles, and there's a whole Bath and Body Works, Shondaland. Oh my God, there's literally like a whole thing. Danbury shortbread, Diamond of the Season,
Oh, cool.
Queen Charlotte's Tea, Bridgerton Study, Wisteria Garden. Look at the season. Okay, we're here. Bust with B.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting. I'm not seeing anything about a carriage.
Well,
Hello?
what ifs? All right, we got a voicemail. You ready for it?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Oh, it's doing that thing where I have to restart. Hold on.
Hello, this is Kirsten from Tennessee, and I'm calling with my feedback on Bridgerton Season 3, Episode 4. First things first, I want to say thank you for doing your podcast
You're
on
welcome.
Queen Charlotte.
All right.
I wasn't sure I was going to watch Queen Charlotte because I didn't really love Season 2 of Bridgerton.
Okay.
But after hearing your podcast episodes, I went ahead and started the show when it came out, and it was my absolute favorite
All right.
of all of the Bridgerton series so far.
Yep, it's
So
that good.
thank you
You're
for
welcome.
giving your insight into Queen Charlotte.
Yay!
My good for this episode was the resolution between Penelope and Lord Debling. I think it was a very natural resolution to their courtship, and I think they both left with kind of no hard feelings about it. My bad was that Colin and Penelope's romance went from 0 to 100 very fast.
I would agree.
I know they're trying to fit a lot into a short amount of episodes, but she had never even been kissed until a few episodes ago, and all of a sudden we're in the carriage together.
Yep.
Yeah.
My grade is overall, I think they left the episodes on a really great cliffhanger for the next 4 episodes,
Mm-hmm.
which come out tomorrow, and I'm excited to see what happens. I have not read the books.
Me neither.
So I don't know what's going to happen. I have read a lot of articles about the show, and I've read the actors and actresses say that it's going to be very spicy, maybe just as spicy as season 1. We'll see.
Oh, girl.
Wow.
Listen, if I get another library scene, oh,
All the books.
totally changes your perspective. So good. So,
Is that the only voicemail?
yes, it is. Now I remember what we were saying about the Cowper house.
Yes.
Oh no, was it the Cowper house? No. It was when they were in the other house, and I was like, I want to see. Remember the guy was like introducing his library.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I just want another library, just
Okay.
like that.
Yes.
Hey, what's wrong with that goal? Nothing. So that's that. All right, Marvin, you got anything else for this episode?
That is it.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's.
Oh, I did have something I wanted to say.
What's that?
Okay, so we hear Lady Whistledown narrate throughout every single episode, and we're supposed to take this as this is what's being written in this pamphlet.
Yes.
When I see these people read these pamphlets, there looks like there's a lot.
This like wicked long.
Super small print.
Yes.
Trifold folded. What is Penelope writing about? Because there's not that many people on the ton. Do you also talk about the weather? Do you also talk what could she be writing about every single week that takes up that much paper?
Interesting. I don't know.
And I want to know who of her servants knows that she's Whistledown. I'm telling you.
One of them's got to know.
Is it Ray?
Yeah.
Something.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, but that's it.
All right, let's close
Do
this
we
bad
wanna
boy out.
watch the trailer?
Oh, if we do, it's just gonna be so long. We're gonna be talking for another half hour.
It's very
about it.
late. Okay, so we're not going to because
Yeah.
we're just gonna watch. Maybe we'll do it later,
Yeah.
like tomorrow or something, because it is late right now, and it's our little lad's graduation tomorrow.
Yes.
from 5th grade. So we need to be cognizant.
All right, let's close it
Oh,
out.
Bath and Body Works has a carriage antibacterial holder. Says Mandy.
That's pretty funny.
That's amazing.
All right, let's close it out.
Thank you all so incredibly much for hanging out with us as we discuss Bridgerton. We are pumped that the back half of season 3 is coming to us in a mere few minutes at this point of time of recording. We want to remind you that Blake and I are going to be podcasting about the rest of the episodes for season 3. We cannot wait to delve into that, but also to let you know that our podcast covering House of the Dragon as well as Rings of Power are going to be starting up this month as well. Lots of things happening here in the Larson household. So thank you, of course, to our friends at jointhenerdclan.com. If you are not a member there yet and this content brings you joy, know that supporting this mom and pop podcast shop means the world to us. We are not part of a media conglomerate. We don't have major sponsors or anything like that.
It's just us.
It's just us. And so what we do, it's because we love you and we enjoy this and we enjoy reading your comments and we enjoy being with you live. And so if you are able to become a member at jointhenerdclan.com, honestly, it makes such a difference for Blake and I. So thank you so much.
Go to maryandblake.com. As Mary said, we do have a ton of podcasts over there, but we have all of them, not just House of the Dragon or Bridgerton or Rings of Power. We have our shows on This Is Us, Outlander, which is coming back in November. We have the Leftovers, Gilmore Girls. Oh my God, it just goes on and on and on. And The Crown, as a matter of fact, as well. The Last Kingdom, too, by the way. So go there, maryandblake.com. Check out all the podcasts that we have there at Mary and Blake Media. You know, we just got a lot to offer, by the way. And, I got another Funko Pop for us. In addition,
I got that.
I know. I'm saying I got another one. It is Anthony. Anthony Bridgerton will be joining us in studio.
Oh, good.
It's in my car because we have the Queen.
Fun.
Yes, she is. All right, that's that. We'll see you there for episode
Stay
5.
tuned.
Yeah.
All right, my friends. My name's Mary.
My name is Blake.
Go out there and brew some more tea.